Not hiring the right agent is really the thing that you're going to look back at and say, if I would have chosen the right person, it would have made this entire transaction completely different. Because unfortunately, like I shared earlier, there are some agents that simply care about their commission. They don't care about how you feel, understanding you, helping you feel validated, helping you feel seen. And because they're just worried about how they feel and their end result, they let you feel like you're asking questions that make no sense. They lead you on to believe that what you're asking for is too complicated. They give you pieces of the puzzle, but don't give you the full puzzle. Perfect example for this is this weekend, I actually went to a listing appointment. The client is going to want to sell and purchase a home. I was up against other agents. And I love when these situations happen because it reinforces that when you care and you take care of people, people will notice that. And we have like this like little radar that you can sense when somebody's being genuine. At least I feel that most of us have it. Some of us just ignore it. But she actually told me, I already met with an agent, but I'm open to meeting with you. And this was after like an hour-long conversation because she was speaking with this agent. She was already going to move forward. We ended up getting in touch, and she was like, you know what? I like you. I like what you're sharing with me. Let's meet. So I went to an appointment with her at her house. Her husband was there. She walks me through the property. And one of the things she shared with me that really resonates is that she said, the thing about this that you just explained to me is that you actually gave me all the details, even the part about the commission. You allowed me to understand it. You allowed me to understand the pros and the cons versus choosing to pay for the buyer agent versus not paying for the buyer agent. You allowed me to understand the difference between basic marketing and elevated marketing. You allowed me to understand so many of the missing clues that I was missing in this puzzle. What ends up happening a lot of the times is that these agents, they don't actually go the extra mile to get the best services. They end up taking photos on their phone because they don't have enough money to actually hire a photographer. A good photographer is going to cost you minimum $500. They don't actually have a good videographer. A good videographer is also going to cost you a minimum of $500, depending on how big the house is. They don't have a budget for marketing, which also a minimum of $1,000 for the right property that we want to make sure we target an audience, retarget an audience, get the overall funnel that is going to get the leads that are going to be able to get retargeted so that we can actually help prospecting be easier for that property to get more eyeballs. This is important. And if they're not doing that, they're not taking the time to really share this with you, or even on the buyer side, they don't want to tell you to compare 10 builders because they don't want to take the time to go and show you all those builders because they're lazy, that hurts you. And this is why I say that working with an agent that goes beyond the sale really matters.